So this was my first match in losers bracket after I lost to Akainu. Yeah, guys, if you want to check out this match on YouTube, so I'm talking to YouTube right now. If you're watching this on YouTube and you have not seen this match, check out the match. I already uploaded it on YouTube before taking a look at this analysis. So let's take a look at what happened here, what I potentially could have done better, what I did well. Against Seth, I'm never confident, and I've already said that multiple times, right? So let's see what happened here. I got really lucky right from the start. Take a look at that jump in. So I baited. So I threw a fireball. What was the thought process here? I throw a fireball to make him think about that Tatsu option. Now I whiff a jab to make him think I'm going to be throwing a second fireball. After I did that, I basically gave him this idea. Hey, second fireball is coming. You better do something about that. He takes the bait. He goes for the heavy Tatsu, and he gets jumped in on. That's what happened right off the bat. No greedy options here. With the throw, he's not going to be teching. So I go in greedy with that. I go in greedy after that throw, and Mr. Wolf is ready for that, but he didn't quite punish me properly. This was an opportunity that could have been really scary for me here. He could have had the follow-up, but he didn't go for it. This was a really good neutral jump. Take a look at that. At this range, what's going to happen is, like, he's going to try to activate. I could have whiff punished this one, but I didn't want to be greedy here because if he had jumped, the Crouching Fierce would have whiffed and he would have had a free jump in. I didn't want to risk that. Anyways, at this point, a slide was not an uncommon occurrence, right? I actually have the perfect read here. Like, it's actually amazing. 2 reads are basically were enough to give me almost kill damage. This is where you can see that Seth is a character that is very unstable. But at the same time, take a look at that. If he has a couple of reads here, I'm gonna die. So here, I asked for the frame data on the live match because I was not aware how minus this is. And it's nice to see this is -4. So I can punish this next time with light kick into light donkey kick. So yeah, next time we're gonna get him there. It's good to know that this is -4.
Yes. Round 2. Fight.
And here I get wrecked. Like, this is the opposite situation, right? I bait him into a fireball. I'm trying to play the fireball game, but he happens to get the jump. So this time the situation is basically reversed. I wake up with a greedy light punch, and it does work out. I'm happy about that. Try to anti-air, and I'm getting absolutely annihilated for that anti-air attempt. By the way, this is a good mind game right there. First of all, I'm doing a rollback, so I'm indicating to my opponent I'm going in, I'm being defensive, right? I'm being defensive, and earlier I showed him, hey, immediate attack would have worked because I woke up with buttons. So I'm giving my opponent like a lot of hints. Hey, what about immediate attack? Immediate attack is really strong right now. And because of that, he gets hit by this EXDP. So, like, there's a lot of thought process going on when it comes to having a smart EXDP. And like, this is just an example of how many cues you can give your opponent to make it more likely for a risky option to actually work. This was a potential situation where I could have crosscut. Let's see what I did there. Why did I not go for the crosscut? Oh, I think I did go for the crosscut. No, I didn't. I just blocked this one. Okay. So this is a situation, like, take a look at that. Take a look at that. So this is +4. Ryu could actually do light kick here. The problem is the light kick will not combo into the Tatsu. And I think I realized this, so I didn't even bother. A very delayed V reversal to make the parry OS not work. This was also smart by Mr. Wolf, but at the same time, he's really risking his only, like his comeback potential is going away here, right? But he already did a lot of damage, so minimizing V trigger impact is smart. And he knows this. Like, take a look at that. He's not letting me get away with that light kick pressure. Oh no, I'm actually late on the light kick. Oh, I think I'm late on the light kick, that's why. Oh, I think this could have worked. How many frames is the crouching medium kick of Seth? Let me look that up. I think I made a mistake there. Seth, crouching medium kick. 7 frames, yeah, that does not work. Damn, if I had timed this better, the light kick should have worked. You can only challenge this with a 6 frame normal or faster. So the 7 frame crouching medium kick does not work against Ryu. So that was a big mistake on my end. So yeah, I actually lost that round because of that mistake. Interesting, I didn't even realize that when I was playing.
Call me Dictator. Final round. Fight.
Pay attention. 10 seconds have passed and I have not pressed a single button yet. There we go. I'm being very, very patient here. I actually like this. This is good gameplay. I took a chance right there with the fireball and I happened to get rewarded immediately. Got the Oki, but he teched. So, okay, back to neutral. I have the life lead. This is quite interesting though. Like, take a look at that jump in right there. So I tech. Then my next move is a backdash. A backdash is always a defensive move, right? And I'm messing with him because my very next move after the backdash is a jump. So this does not line up with a game plan. I'm giving him contradictory cues. And this is hard to deal with because you're constantly paying attention to what your opponent does. And you want to be able to figure out what he's thinking. When you see a backdash, you know your opponent's thinking, oh, I need to get away here, right? So if the next move after that is an extremely offensive move, that can catch you by surprise, and I think that's exactly what happened to Mr. Wolf. Let's see what he tried to do here. I think he tried to do, yeah, see that? He tried to DP, but he messed up the input. So technically, like, I didn't really catch him, he just messed up the input. So yeah, I caught him by surprise here a little bit. Maybe he messed up the anti-air specifically because he wasn't expecting it. Who knows? Maybe it was just a random mistake. Here once again I have a read on, or I'm trying to let him slide, but he didn't do it. So he did it right after a neutral jump. Backdash OS right there. And once again, like, take a look at that. I backdash to give him a cue on being defensive, and then I dash forward to do that. So this is hard to deal with, and that's the idea. And like, take a look at that. That was really smart again. So jump back, being defensive, and then that's basically for him the cue to go in. And then he gets hit by this buffer. Let's take a look at that again. So alternating between offensive and defensive actions is really difficult to deal with. Bam, he took the bait. So yeah, that was actually really strong. I'm really happy about my ground game on this one. I didn't even remember playing it like that, but that's a really smart way of doing it.
Round 1.
Okay, second match. I got the first one, so let's see what happens here. I was kind of unlucky. I started off this first round differently than the other ones. I'm playing the fireball game a little bit more. Wow, that was a gutsy sweep. Bam. Was that an actual punish? Let me see that. Yeah, he got punished. Can you send the link again for the crosscut?
Useless. You idiot.
But here, I want to see if he woke up with sweep, with teching or not, or if I just mistimed it. No, he was just late teching. He was late teching. And I was a frame off, but let's count frames here. Now this should be interesting whether if the calculation adds up. So this is the first frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then on the 7th frame, you see the conclusion. Okay, so let's check this out. What frame was he on when he teched? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, so this lines up. Okay, so this is the first active frame of the throw and the first active frame of the crouching medium punch. And here you can see the priority system in effect. These two moves came out on the same frame, but throws have priority over regular attacks. So the throw wins in this instance. Okay, interesting. So when it comes to the frames, this lines up perfectly. Not sure if this was one of the few jumps that I took, right? And I get punished here though. Okay, this is just disgusting. I got pop V-trigger here to make sure I don't get baited into an early axe kick and a bad anti-air. I do an anti-air move. You take a look at that. Oh, what is this? That's so messed up. Good anti-air by Mr. Wolf here. That was strong. Yeah, I tried to tech. He gets the punish on the late tech. Very strong. And that's the first round for him.
Round 2. Fight.
So yeah, see what I'm doing though. Like, I'm trying to get some risk in against Seth, and I'm taking this risk specifically because I know if I'm correct once, I can potentially win the game off of that. And I don't feel confident. I don't feel confident in dealing with the axe kick essentially, right? Wow. Okay, that was a really like ambiguous jump in. I'm happy about that. By the way, right here, what I'm with, like, take a look at these medium punches that I'm doing. I'm fishing for a counter hit. If I land one of those medium punches as a counter hit, I will immediately go into sweep and get the stun. And I'm aware like there's a possibility of getting this here. This is why I'm being a bit aggressive, but I'm getting punished here. So yeah, got the jump in. So I took all of the damage that I could. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because I want to minimize the scariness of V-trigger. If he's gonna pop V-trigger, I want to be able to kill him with a jab or something like that. Don't let him have V-trigger while he has a lot of life left. That's always bad. That's always bad. So yeah, final round. Let's see what happens here. Once again, backdash into offensive options to make it more difficult. But take a look at that. So I did a backdash into a jump, he was ready. But this time I do a backdash into a fireball, right? So always change up your options to make sure your opponent cannot adapt to whatever it is you're doing. You have to change it up. That was good. Like, take a look at that, by the way. So I got a jump light punch. The reason why you want to do light punch, by the way, is because you want to use the fastest normal you have, because there is no priority system for aerial normals. if a heavy attack and a light attack collide on the same frame, it'll trade. So if you want to maximize the probability of you getting a normal versus your opponent in the air, the faster the attack is, the more likely it is for your attack to work. So in this instance, I'm like, oh, we're both in the air. I'm going to use a fast attack in order to make it more likely for this to work. Let's see who actually pressed first. He pressed first. So take a look at that. Take a look at that. He pressed medium kick on this frame. I'm not pressing anything on this one. And then a frame after that, I did a light punch. This is a perfect example of where, like, pressing a light attack in the air is just huge. If I had done a medium or a heavy attack on this one, I would have lost this interaction. So I was later with the button press. Oh, wait a minute. Did he did an axe kick? A heavy attack would have probably worked as well then. But still, like, you get the point, right? This ensured I got the aerial interaction and I was the winner. And pay attention to what I do here now. Now that I go on the ground, that was an axe kick. Okay, so even a medium attack would have worked there. But still, this is good to know. Anyways, but pay attention to what I'm doing here. So in one frame, I'm gonna be recovered, okay? But pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm not dashing in right now, okay? I'm staying on my spot right now. And this is something you see high-level players do. I'm still not dashing, okay? I'm still on that ground on the left side. And this is the first frame where I'm dashing. So this is where I'm dashing. So there's a slight delay. And the reason why you want to do this slight delay is because your opponent can only react to whatever it is you did right after you got on the ground. That's when he's going to be paying attention. So if you jump jab, then you go, like, you're on the ground, and then you immediately dash, your opponent can process that and block cross up immediately. But if you stay on the ground for a couple of frames, your opponent is going to be like, oh, I guess he's not dashing under. I guess I should not be blocking cross up. And that's how you can actually trick your opponent into thinking you shouldn't be blocking, you should be blocking the wrong way. This is something that happens to me pretty frequently on high level, where I get tricked into left-right mix-ups. This is a high-level way of tricking your opponent. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Anyways, I got the cross-up, sneaky cross-up. I got the life lead. I got the corner. Now I'm trying to fish for a counter hit. See that? I'm going in and then I'm walking backwards and fishing with that hard punch. Nothing happened, so I block. Okay. And here I wanna make sure my opponent does not dash outside the corner. That back dash made it so that this axe kick is safe. And this was really tragic because now I'm gonna get punished hard. The late buttons, once again, like I'm showing my opponent no EXDP coming. I'm not gonna hang myself here, and you have to take the meaty attack. So this is a smart option that I'm choosing here. Take a look at that. I'm popping V trigger. And now what my opponent is not expecting after the V trigger pop is, like, I'm realizing, okay, I cannot punish this with a DP, right? So I go in with the sneaky throw attempt. Let me see, is he even attempting to tech? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's not even teching. He's not attempting the tech at all. So now I have corner control. Pretty interesting how I really got that one. But pay attention, after getting corner control, I'm actually not pushing forward. The reason why I'm not pushing forward and I'm staying back a little bit is because I'm too worried he's gonna jump behind me again, right? Here he fakes it with the axe kick, but then I decide to dash in because I'm like, okay, He did axe kick, I'm gonna go in now. And that's exactly the moment where he jumps out. So this was actually really unfortunate because Mr. Wolf is getting out of the corner even though I'm trying so hard to prevent this from happening. Take a look at this buffer right here. So I'm like, okay, he's outside of the range here, okay? Crouching medium kick will not connect here. So if he happens to walk forward at the exact moment I'm doing a crouching medium punch, I'm gonna commit to an EX donkey kick. And I was right.
Useless.
Delayed buttons in case he does EXDP. He didn't do it. And take a look at that. Like I'm getting like every fireball in that I need right there. And yeah, that medium kick. Medium kick is a fantastic way to close out a round, by the way, because
Ryu wins.
it's Ryu's normal that has the most range, but is also safe on block. Ryu does not have any other normal with better range that is safe to do. Standing hard kick has better range and sweep also has better range, but both attacks have major problems because standing hard kick does not hit crouching opponents and sweep is unsafe on block, right? So medium kick is the sweet spot. Solar plexus is too slow. Yeah, it's safe, but very slow, so that's an additional layer of risk that you're taking at that point. You don't want to close out a round with solar plexus. That's a major risk. Shouldn't do that. It's safe on block, solar plexus, but simply too slow. So you're gonna, if you get interrupted, like, no. Maximize your opportunities. Know exactly when to use what button. Medium kick is great if you need that, like, last poke.